So thinking about traveling, the first thing I think about, of course, is what you would think of with any skincare routine, and that is, what am I going to wash my face with? And so when it comes to that, I've narrowed it down to 2 cleansers that I bring. And most of what you see today is going to be in the Rhonda Allison packaging. Rhonda makes these wonderful travel sizes that aren't too small and not too big. They're just right. And that's what I always take with me when I'm traveling. So I have 2 cleansers in here. And I bring a gentle peptide cleanse, which is more of a milky cleanser. And I love this. Oh, this one's brand new, just off the shelf to go with me on my trip. And I love this because it'll remove any little bit of makeup I might have on. And it's very gentle. If I get a little too much sun or windburn, it feels really nice on the skin. And this can be mixed with the other cleanser that I'm bringing along. So I'm bringing the Soothing Gel Cleanse. Oh, Celine, she's to my rescue. Soothing Gel Cleanse. This is a zeolite cleanser, so there's no acids in either of these products, because that's one thing that I do not take with me on a traveling trip. No acids, no retinols. So this is a wonderful gel cleanse. That zeolite really attracts the dirt and pollution and everything and helps pull that out of the skin. I love this cleanser. I keep it actually at home too, and this is what I wash my grandson in, and I even wash his hair, and I've used it on my hair. So that's the beauty of the Soothing Gel Cleanse. If you're in a pinch, you can use this to wash your hair. It does not strip it. It leaves it really soft and shiny. And my husband loves a gel cleanse. So I've got 2 cleansers to take with us. I've got my gentle peptide cleanse and my soothing gel that can be mixed together or used separately. Quite lovely. Wipe this off my hand now. There we go. And perfect size. I love those. Now, when I'm traveling, I do not take toner. I don't take anything watery with me, except for if I'm going somewhere where I'm going to be out in the sun quite a bit. Then I'm going to take some Isocell Recovery Solution, which is a watery product. But otherwise, I don't take those watery products. They just leak. They make a mess. It just doesn't work out. So no toners going in my bag with me. Now, occasionally I'll put in my carry-on a spritz, and I didn't pull that out here, but I love the Rhonda Allison's cucumber hydration spritz. It comes in a nice little travel size. Otherwise though, no liquids, no toners. So the next step in my skincare routine is going to be an antioxidant serum, and I like to double up on my antioxidants because I am my age, it's 63, and I tend to get some redness going on, and I get some hyperpigmentation. So I want to be protected. So the 2 things that I grab and I always travel with are from Rhonda Allison's C Stem Cell. This is a vitamin C serum, and it's boosted with all kinds of plant stem cells. So that means plant stem cells are our antioxidant stem cells. So really lovely for the skin. This is also gently brightening, and it's going to help protect my skin from that UV damage that happens. And it's in a really nice travel container, and it's a nice dewy finish because I get dry when I travel. Just going on an airplane dehydrates the skin, and that's one of the mistakes that I've made in my traveling, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. But I have traveled and not brought enough moisturizer and had to go out searching for moisturizers and just had miserable experiences trying to buy skincare on the fly. I've spent hundreds of dollars on a cream that cost more than any cream that I sell here at Art of Skincare, just because it was the only thing I could get when I was in Quebec, and it still was not enough moisture. It didn't do what my good things here do, and I was so disappointed and unhappy. So C Stem Cell, a coating of that. I'm going to use that mainly in the mornings. This one is my DNH Reversal. DNH Reversal I'm going to usually use twice a day. So this will be a nourishing serum, comes in a little bit bigger container, and so it's going to last me longer, and my husband will be using both of these as well. And DNH Reversal has that Thermus thermophilus in it, and it's also loaded with ferments, very soothing to the skin, also loaded with antioxidants. And what I love about this is that it calms the temperature, helps to regulate the temperature of my skin so I don't have as much redness. in the skin and inflammation in the skin. And I just love the way it smooths the texture of my skin. Any of you guys who've used this know this just feels amazing on the skin. It has a light ginger scent and it's quite yummy. So DNA reversal. Now I'm ready to put on some moisturizer, and I've fed my skin with 2 products that are also great humectants. So these are also pulling a lot of water hydration into my skin, which is what you need when you're traveling. For moisturizer, what I always bring, it comes to this one, Rhonda Allison's Amino Peptide Moisturizer. Now what's happened, and when I was talking about this last time I took it traveling, I went off to Quebec. It was in December. It was a lot of wind. It was cold. It was so dry. And I did not pack an oil. And normally I tell people always pack a small oil because you want to be able to boost your moisturizer when you need it. I did not, and I suffered. So I am definitely packing an oil with me. I'm going to Iceland. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. I'm going to suffer with a lot of drying elements. So I've got Amino Peptide Moisturizer, and I grabbed a Luminous Balancing Serum from Rhonda Allison. This is a grapeseed serum. I love this serum. It actually has wild yam in it, so it's really great for balancing out hormones in the skin. It helps with hormones that are causing breakouts. It also works with those menopause, those of us who've been through menopause, and we're missing that estrogen in our skin, and we start losing that elasticity. This product really helps to firm the skin as well. It helps to trigger those estrogen receptors in the skin. So what I do generally, sometimes I'll just use the oil alone at night, and that can be fine. A lot of times if I'm in a really dry climate, I'm going to use both, especially during the day. I'm going to put on my moisturizer, and then I'm just going to add 1 drop of my oil to it. And these are brand new, so it's just taking a few pumps, there we go, to get them going. Blend those together. Feels good. Now I have a nice moisturized base. I've got everything I need in these products that I've chosen because I've got my vitamin C, my antioxidants, my anti-inflammatory ingredients. Then I've added in amino peptides, so I'm getting those great peptides that the skin needs, and then also adding a little bit of oil just to really protect that barrier of the skin. And the oil was called Luminous Balancing Serum. It says on here wild yam and grapeseed. Love that stuff. I have many teenagers that use this as their moisturizer because they just get these hormonal breakouts, and they'll just put on a little dot of this, and that gives them that little bit of moisture that they need. You can mix it with a little bit of toner and make a deconstructed moisturizer. It's good stuff, really good stuff. Okay, so moving on from there, we've got to think about, my eyes. I didn't have any trouble picking an eye cream, so I will show you that. I love this one from Glymed, the CBD. You can tell this is the one I use every day, but I chose it for traveling too because it's in this nice small container. Super easy to travel with, and when you pump it, it never pumps too much. It always gives you just the really nice amount, and this can be used all around the eye area without causing any irritation. I've been getting really dry up in this area here, so I can come in there and get that, get out here around the eyes, smile lines, and it looks great. Now when it comes to sun protection for the eyes, that's where I have a real debate, and you guys can help me vote. You guys can vote for me and help me decide which one I should take with me on my trip. So other things that I put on today. So you can tell I already have my mascara on the top. So my favorite is Tartelette. This is a tubing mascara. This is their regular one. They just came out with an XL for extra length. And so I just ordered myself one of those to try because this one's starting to get used up. This is my favorite mascara because it stays on my eyes, and it doesn't require any harsh things to remove it. It removes with water because it's just making little tubes on my lashes. And one of the things that causes the most dehydration and lines around the eyes are our mascara and our eyeshadows. And if you go for quite a while without using those and you start using them, you really see what it's doing and how it's aging that eye area. So I love my tartlet. And then on my brows, I have my Jones Road. And it's just, it's probably like taupe or blonde. Yeah, blonde on my eyebrows, because as we age, everything fades out, and if we have no brows, we just start looking washed out. And so I love using this pencil. It's super easy, it's water resistant, and I tell you, I am just not even careful with it, and it still just looks great. I like things to put on my face, especially when it comes to makeup, to be foolproof and easy. I like to apply with my fingers. I'm just that really kind of natural look and use kind of person. That makes me happiest. Okay, so next thing on our lineup, and I had to take a vote amongst the staff because normally I travel with Tizo Ultra Zinc. And I like it because it can be used on the face, the whole body. We use it all over. But the one thing that we just have gotten used to it, so we don't complain about it. But one thing about it, being that zinc, it also has antioxidants and it's got vitamins C and E, but it's hard to rub in. So when you're putting it on, especially when you're doing a full body kind of coverage, you get more white. It does rub in, but it takes a bit more rubbing to get it in. I love that though. It's a 40. I also like that it's very moisturizing. So this was the debate for me, and you guys can maybe even help me. You might change my mind on what I decided after I took the vote from everybody. But that is the Tizo Ultra Zinc SPF 40 with vitamin C and E. Now the other choice was an SPF 50, and it's the no-show. And the reason why the no-show won by the staff is because when you put no-show on, it still will take a minute or two to rub in, but it rubs in faster. It does not get on your clothes. So even if I get this on my clothes, it's not going to leave like white marks on my shorts or my shirt or anything when I reapply. And this is my husband's new favorite, so I probably have to bring that one. But that was my debate between the two. So if you're debating for yourself, if you're wanting more moisture, maybe go with Tizo. If you're liking a less feel on the skin and no white stuff getting on your clothing, go for no show. There it is. That was my big debate. I put a vote up between the staff, and everybody voted for this one hands down. So that's probably what's going in the bag with me. I may as well stick it in here now. That's going with us. So next step, and I often will layer up on my sunscreen, so especially when I am traveling. So I'm going to go ahead and apply, and I'm going to put on my no-show, some what I'm taking with me. I'm going to be layering, so I'm going to use 2 lines. Normally you would use 3 fingers. I'm going to use 2 fingers because I'm layering. And when I do that, I give myself permission to use 2 fingers of each thing. Now I can do a little more polished look with my Color Science makeup, but I'm not going to do that when I'm traveling. If I'm just heading out hiking every day and we're having all these great adventures, I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing much of a makeup routine. I want to keep it really simple. So I've got my no-show, then I grab my Flex. This is the Flex Medium. So Flex Medium is more than a tinted sunscreen. I generally will travel with a tinted sunscreen in the past, but it doesn't really give you coverage as far as redness or dark spots on the face. What I love about this one, and I even get my husband to use it because look at this. When you put it on, it looks like it's white, so he doesn't think he's putting on makeup, which is great. So he will even use this while we're traveling, but you can see once you start rubbing it on, completely turns to skin tone. This is medium. I'm right in between medium and light. Light is too light right now, but I figure in Iceland, even in Iceland, I'm going to be outdoors every day, and medium is going to be a nice, healthy shade for me. See how that really nicely blends the dark spots on my face. It just gives me a bit more coverage. It covers the redness around my nose. nasolabial folds, and it balances out the sun. I have, you know, I have that picoderma, so I have a white, I have loss of pigment right here. So when I use Flex, it does a really nice job of evening that out. I didn't put any on my chest because I got my necklace on and I don't want to bump the mic. It's obnoxious, but let's put some on there as well. So you guys can see how nicely, it's not going to completely cover. It's not heavy coverage, but it just blends it beautifully so that it's just, the uneven pigment is just not all that noticeable. Does a really great job on that. Now the other thing, so we've got, I'll just keep showing you my layers because I have to layer sunscreen so that sun doesn't get there and do that damage. The next thing that I grab is from Color Science. This is their blush balm or color balm. I love these, and you only need one thing for color when you're traveling. This one happens to be Pink Sky, which is really a pretty pink. It's going with the pink I have on today, but it also has an SPF to it. So this is also an SPF 50. This is where I get the most hyperpigmentation. So how great to layer that on there. I could also put it on my lips. Light blending. A little on the nose, a little on the eyelids. Nice pinky glow. I love that. I am going to now grab a powder, and I used to be anti-powder. You guys, I haven't touched powder to my skin since I was 40 because I didn't like the way it made my skin look. I didn't like the texture it gave my skin, but I am totally sold on this brush on shield. It's an SPF 50, comes in different colors, so I can use the medium or the light. I choose to use glow because I love to glow. So I use the glow and I'll apply it to my eyelids to give me a little protection there. And then I'll just take it over the whole face. This is what I'm going to be reapplying throughout the day. Every couple hours, I'm going to be reapplying with this sunscreen. It never builds up to be heavy, never looks powdery. It's even water resistant. I love the test. We'll have to come on and show you guys the test that we've done with this and how beautifully this holds up underwater. So the neck and chest, that beautiful glowy finish. Now, I kind of saved this till now because I have a debate. So you guys have to help me vote on this. So I'll do one on each eye and then you guys can choose. I have 2 eye creams. And if I really wanted to just do an eye cream, I could go without bringing this one and I could just bring one of these 2. Tizo is an SPF 20. Total Eye is an SPF 35. And Total Eye is not only an SPF and an eye cream, but it also has a color corrector in it. So it's going to give me a more polished, finished look. It's going to hide some dark circles. And my debate is that I don't think that when I'm just getting up and going hiking that I will have the patience to put this one on, although it's so easy. So I don't know why I say I wouldn't have the patience, but let's see. Here we go. You just get a little bit like that. Apply little dots. And I love this applicator. It actually feels cold, so it's going to help drain away the blood under there that makes the dark circles, drain away puffiness. And then you just take your finger, do some light stippling, or if you have a favorite brush or a little sponge that you like to use, that works really beautifully. It can go up onto the upper eye bone, orbital bone area to give you protection there. And so that's what that looks like. Really pretty. Okay, and then here's the simple one, because I guess I think this isn't as simple because I've got to have a mirror. If you don't have a mirror and you're camping, I wouldn't bring this. I would bring Taizo. But I am staying in a very nice house cabinish up in the West Fjords. It's going to be really amazing. And I am going to a wedding, so I probably will bring this. But if I was going to be camping and hiking, this is what I would grab, because you don't need a mirror to apply this. It's giving you SPF protection as well as providing that moisturizing protection for lines, wrinkles. You guys can vote. Okay, powder on, color on the face, blush color. Total finish would be to grab that spritz if I had it here. We have a little spritz from Color Science. I could spritz with that if I wanted to spritz. I probably have other spritzes around here too I could use. Let's look on the shelves. Spritzes. Oh, here it is. I found one. Hydrating mist. This is just, it's just, I don't feel finished unless I've done this. I usually will use my Sculpla mist, or I love the Color Science hydrating mist. Whatever mist I have at home, a Botania mist. I am going to finish off my total look with spritzing this all over my hair, my face, my body. It just, whew, that's my ritual. And then I'm done and ready to go. But you guys have a great week. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Get out, take some walks, but keep yourself protected. All right. Bye-bye, everyone.